And welcome back to Streamer in Progress, my daily vlog series where I get better at yapping by yapping for 10 minutes straight on a daily basis. As any of you who are following this series may have noticed, I took the last 2 days off. It was much needed and much appreciated as a gift from myself to myself. I think these last couple of days, I just really realized how much I've needed to take a genuine break every once in a while, step away a bit, smell the flowers, get a haircut, do my nails, cook, do things around the house, all sorts of these little things that have fallen to the wayside over the course of the last couple of weeks. It's not like something that wasn't entirely conscious, like the rate at which I wanted to be doing things these last couple of weeks aligns very much with what actually happened, and I'm very proud of all of the work that I've been putting into this, and I was working at what I understood to be an unsustainable rate, and all of the sudden it just caught up with me. My husband was like, "You need to take a break," and I started crying. And that's a pretty clear sign that I probably need a break. So that's basically the nature of why I took some time off. In those moments, I feel like it's always so easy to fall into this sense of am I doing this because it's actually good for me, or am I doing this because I'm afraid or anxious, or there's some kind of mental block that goes deeper than just feeling burnt out. When is it good to push yourself further, and when is it good to take a step back? Rather than good, even, I would say, when is it wise to do these things? Because things can seem like wisdom when they're really not. Both ways. It's easy to justify not working, and it's easy to justify working too much. And I'm just trying to coast in the middle there, find my little sweet spot, my little happy little medium where I am taking care of myself and finding joy and wholeness and fulfillment every day. And also working really hard and challenging myself and giving my all to this kind of project that I've set off on. Yes, it's certainly a conundrum to be in these situations. But I know I made the right decision. I feel so much better today. I feel so refreshed. I feel so ready to take on the week. I feel so excited to experiment a little bit this week. I want to kind of take a more experimental approach to my stream from now on. I don't want to be rushing so much to define what it is that I have, and more deciding in real time what feels cool and what feels blah, and going from that. I do feel like I've gained a lot of clarity over the last couple of days about kind of the direction I want to take this whole thing. It's still pretty vague, I think, as it should be. But I have kind of landed on this concept of it being this steady, predictable thing that keeps improving in quality over time and over the ways that I get better at like producing the stream and delivering the stream. And that's kind of like at the core of everything that I'm doing, and everything else is kind of like additional perks or like things that can enhance the experience, but it's like my focus, I think like 90% should be on the experience itself, and not on the bells and whistles. So that's been kind of cool to illuminate for myself. And I think like the best thing that I can provide is like a truly authentic experience of me and my kind of like joy in video games. So yeah, that hopefully that translates. It felt a lot clearer in my head, but you know, I think that's so often the case that something feels really concrete in our heads and then we try to speak them aloud and they don't make any fucking sense or are really hard to follow. But it makes sense to me, so that's what matters. Another thing I started working on this weekend, like for real, is creating a mascot and starting to piece together some emojis that I want to work on. I feel very adamant that all of the design elements of the stream, at least for now, are going to be entirely 100% made by me. I'm too good at art to not be doing it. And I think that it could be a really fun learning process for me to like make my mascot into the emojis that we use on my channel. That'd be so sick. And I want to come up with like a goofy name for the mascot. I want it to be something that is just kind of weird and like, what the fuck, but also cute. Like we spun the idea of calling it Grox, like Greer and Fox together, or Ketchup, like, you know, just something like weird. Neither of those are it, by the way, but that's just, you know, in the zone of what I'm looking at here. So, you know, if anybody watching this has any fun ideas for like a little fox mascot name, shoot them down in the comments. Let me know. Probably bring this up tomorrow on stream too. So yeah, mascot is underway. I am starting work on my very first emoji like right now. Learning how to animate with Procreate to create little GIFs. And I think it's going to be really rewarding. Another update is that I have officially linked up my Wii. Y'all remember the Wii? Y'all remember the good old Wii from back in the day? I opened up the Mi Plaza on the Wii, which was just like an app that came with it, and it is the very me music that went absolutely viral over the course of my life. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like the do 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 do, and I'm just stalling at this point, but it's the absolute best. The only people in there are myself and Eric, which is a bit of a bummer because I know that I had more people than that on the Wii before, but it must have had something happen in the past where like the memory got scrubbed or something. I don't freaking know. But the most important thing is that it still plays games, and it still plays Harvest Moon, Tree of Tranquility, and Animal Parade, which are possibly two of my favorite video games ever made. Super underrated. I really hope that they get remade someday for like Switch or Switch 2, because Oh, they're just incredible. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'll just have to play it on stream so you guys can see. Which I will be doing very soon. Also, I'm starting up a co-working stream next week. So lots of things in the works here. Glad to be back. Glad to have taken a couple days to myself to figure things out and be with family and enjoy life, you know? And yeah, with that said, I will see you tomorrow for another episode of Streamer in Progress. I hope y'all are having a blessed day. And peace.